Hello and welcome inside the pool area here at Birmingham Groves High School. I'm Brad Fetters for BACB Sports, joined once again by my broadcast partner, Nick Buckler, as we get you set for today's action in girls swim and dive. Very first meet of the evening will be the 200-yard medley relay. The first race will be an exhibition race. Seaholm's in lanes 2, 4, 6, and 7, and a team from Groves in lane 5. Amanda Arcio, Amelia Tronell, Isabella Franco, Lena Valaire, and Carolina Frazier to start things off. Second swimmers, Darwin Stutz, Ava Pruden, Alexander Senti, Alex Delatorre Woolley, and Charlotte Kalker.
Yeah, these ones here, always good to get started here once you're in the pool.
These are not points races. The first sort of couple heats of every race are considered exhibition races. Opportunity to earn cut times. So the third swimmers, Naya Moore, Samantha Culver, Allison Rail, Maya Cower, and Sabrina Coe. Anchors for this first race, Lila Heatherly, Abby Noel, Delilah Cavada, Liliana Laredo, and Alyssa Cariva. How quickly do we need to break out the disclaimer about mispronunciations?
I think we need to get started here pretty quickly with that disclaimer, just to, get out ahead of it so nobody can come at us, I guess you could say.
We'll apologize in advance for any sort of mispronunciation of names. Not a sport that has a cut and dry roster where you can get names ahead of time. And the win goes to the Seaholm team in lane 6. Lena Valaire, Alex Delatorre Woolley, Maya Cower, and Liliana Laredo. Second place finish for the Seaholm team in lane number 4. Emily Tronell, Ava Pruden, Samantha Culver, and Abby Noel. Points race now in the medley relay. Relay races earn your team some extra points. First place in the relay nets 8 points. Second place, 4. Third place is a 2-point for the overall team score. Medley relay. Backstroke first, then the breast, the butterfly, and the freestyle. The reason why it's that order, the first swimmer always begins in the pool. So, Groves in lanes 1, 3, 5, and 7. Seaholm in the even lane numbers. Should make mention that lane 1 is at the bottom of your screens, lane 8 at the very top. Peyton Coleman, Catherine Battenberg, Marta Jimenez Pele, Avery Anderson, Maya Shelton, Leah Isaacson, Sophia Benavides, and Catherine Davis leading things off. Those swimmers will turn it over to Amory Cole, Emily Henderson, Sylvia Duncan, Valentina Cavalier, Olivia Camp, Sophia Lair, Nadia Racco, and Maria McBride.
Looks like early on it's lane 4 ahead of the charge, and lane 5 in second here thus far. Lane 6 in third here as we are just over the halfway point here in this relay.
Third swimmer is Alexandra Wright, Sloan Licari, Bella Rugarello, Abby Stanley, Ashley Gleim, Layla Stevens, Blakely Kuziak, and Avery Allen. Anchors in lane 1, Claire Peters. In lane 2, Harper Marsh. Lexi Borovich will be in lane 3. Ella Gifford in lane 4. Allie O'Brien will be in lane 5. In lane 6, it'll be Bridget Buongiorno, Maggie Lotricchio will be in lane 7, and Krista O'Donnell will be the anchor in lane 8 for the Seaholm Maples. Victory for Seaholm in lane 4. The relay squad of Avery Anderson, Valentina Cavalier, Abby Stanley, and Ella Gifford. Second place to Groves in lane 5. And a third place finish for Seaholm. So the second place relay team of Maya Stanley, Olivia Camp, Ashley Gleim, and Allie O'Brien.
So 10 early points for Seaholm in the early going.
Get another look here at our finish. Avery Anderson, Cavalier, Stanley, and Gifford out touching the team from Groves by about 2 seconds, exactly 4 seconds, separated second from third. So a first and third place finish for the Seaholm Maples. Sandwiched in between is a Groves second place finish. So an early 10-4 lead for the Maples, and we kind of think, based on everything we know about these two teams from last year and from the Oakland counties, one would assume Seaholm would be the favorites here tonight. Speaking of which, let's take a look back at last season for a second, Nick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Seaholm Maples finishing in second place at the MHSAA State Championship a season ago. Groves finished back in the pack at 15th.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of room to grow here as we are embarking on the halfway and beyond point of this new season to grow from last year's performance.
So event number 2 will be the 200-yard freestyle, and you'll notice a lot of the swimmers tonight wearing the pink caps. A lot of the parent volunteers also supporting their pink outfits. And some pink lays down there as well, pink cowboy hats. Obviously a huge breast cancer fundraiser taking place here tonight, October Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Moving on here to the second event, the 200 freestyle.
So we'll have 2 heats in this event. First race, as we mentioned, just an exhibition race. We'll meet the participants. In lane 2 will be Holly Fuller from Seaholm. Libby Noper in lane 3 from Groves. Campbell Lyons in lane 4. Jillian Erickson in lane 5 from Groves. Olivia Dresden in lane 6 from Seaholm. Delilah Cavada in lane 7 from Groves. And a Seaholm swimmer will occupy lane 8. That's Anna Clifford. Fastest stroke in the pool is the free. And it's going to be an early lead for Clifford up in lane 8. First 4 participants running fairly close. It's going to be a good, tight race here to kick off the individual portion of tonight's event. Big turn. Clifford still in front. Not much of a lead. Dresden in lane 6 close behind. Good push here by Fuller. And Lyons in lane 4. And it's going to be Fuller in lane 2, followed by Lyons. Dresden in 3rd. Clifford now has suddenly fallen to 4th. So Fuller down here in lane 2 with the advantage, hitting the home stretch. So Fuller in 2. Trying to make that last push. Fuller has opened up her lead. Ahead of Lyons. Clifford has battled back into the 3rd spot. 2-woman race at this point. Fuller and Lyons. Fuller with a half-body lead. And more than likely will be the victor here. They come into the wall. It will, in fact, be Fuller in a time of 2:15.10. 2:15.10 for Fuller. Lions in second, Clifford in third, Dresden in fourth. Top four.
All from Seaholm.
All four from Seaholm. All four riding out front right from the get-go. Good, clean race there by Fuller as she beats out Lions by just over a second. Point race now. Let's meet the participants. They will alternate lanes. Ireland Kopsch in lane 1, Samantha Memmer in lane 2, Marta Jimenez Pillay in lane 3, Skylar Jansen in lane 4, Ashley Gleim in lane 5, Noelle Schneider in lane 6, Maggie Lochurkio in lane 7, and Madeline Howard in lane 8. Skylar Jansen finished 8th in this event at the recent Oakland Counties. Noelle Schneider came in 6th, both Seaholm swimmers. Abby Stanley going to take this one off. Ashley Gleim, name to pay attention to for Groves here tonight. So an early lead for Skylar Jansen. Really opened things up, a split of 30.17. Second place Schneider, Gleim in lane 5 and third. Memmer currently out to a 4th place start. Skylar Jansen, Seaholm Maples. Has opened up a sizable advantage at this point, nearly a 2.5 lead over Schneider. Gleim currently in 3rd, Memmer in 4th, Jimenez Pillay in lane 5 in lane 3 rather, in the 5th spot.
Yeah, this will be another one that Seaholm really tries to get the top 2 spots in order to really put a stranglehold on this one early on.
And an easy win for Skylar Jansen of Seaholm. Second place finish for Noelle Schneider. And a 3rd place finish for Ashley Gleim. We'll take another look here at the finish. And Skylar Jansen touches in a time of 1:58.59. Her time at Oakland Counties was 1:59.43. 1:59.43. So actually faster time here tonight than her time at Oakland Counties. We kind of hinted at that Oakland County meet. We'll give you the results now. Oakland County Championship went the way of Mercy, as it seems to go every single season. Mercy just has a fabulous swim program. Milford came in 2nd. Then there was a 2-way tie for 3rd with West Bloomfield and Seaholm coming in the 3rd place spot with 191 points. 172 points shy of Mercy. And then Groves came in 12th with 90 points. So about a 100-point margin between Seaholm and Groves. 9 spots separating the two schools at Oakland Counties. This is the 200-yard individual medley. Individual medley race, the order of the strokes is the butterfly, the backstroke, the breaststroke, and then the freestyle. Oftentimes, Nick, we've called enough of these events. We oftentimes have the diving portion. They go first. Tonight they're actually going to take their spot in the lineup where they belong.
Where is that, Brad? Where do they factor in?
It's funny you should mention that because I'm currently looking for it, and I don't even know. Let's see if my sheet even has it. I think it's going to be event number 5.
All right, we are in event number 3. So there's a lot of events here tonight, 12 to be exact. So we're in for the long haul. So don't go anywhere. Hunker down, get your popcorn, your soda, your water, whatever it is you prefer. Let's get after it.
Well, I'm just preparing myself for our favorite race, the 500 free.
Oh, that one just gets me every time. No place I'd rather be.
We're going to have 2 heats tonight in that event.
Oh, man. Half hour.
So let's meet the participants in the 200-yard individual medley. These are all Maple swimmers here tonight in this exhibition race. Ava Pruden will race in 3. In lane 4, Samantha Culver. Avery Allen will be in lane 5. And Naomi Godwin will be in lane 6. Sizable lead right now for Samantha Culver. And a first place finish at 2:30.49, 4 seconds ahead of Allen. Avery Allen coming in second. Ava Pruden will finish in third, and Naomi Godwin will come in fourth. Look here at Samantha Culver touching the wall. First place finish for her. So now heat number 2. A little bit of a unique lineup here, Nick. We've got ourselves a point race with only 6 participants.
Oh.
So lanes 1 and 8 will be empty. In lane 2, it's going to be Leah Isaacson from Seaholm. They'll alternate lanes. Maya Shelton will be in lane 3. Valentina Cavalier in lane 4. Allie O'Brien in lane 5. Sophie Layer in lane 6. And Bella Ruggarello will be in lane 7. As we mentioned, butterfly to start things off. The butterfly was improved upon by American Henry Meyer and accepted into competition in 1933.
You remember that? Andy might.
Andy might, yeah. Andy Aubrey might remember 1933. As they quickly go into the backstroke. Andy Aubrey not able to defend himself at the moment, we don't think. He is here, folks. Somewhere in the building, Andy Aubrey. At some point tonight during the broadcast, we will hear from Andy Aubrey.
And what a treat that always is. You know,
I can't wait.
Yeah, he brightens my day, I'll tell you that.
He's efforting at the moment. Right now, Valentina Cavalier catching up to hers, Allie O'Brien. 2-woman race. We'll see who touches first. O'Brien slight advantage. Long stretch there. She has the lead. Cavalier in second, Layer in third. O'Brien trying to open it up, and she's going to do just that. About a length lead now out of O'Brien over Cavalier. Allie O'Brien trying to give the Groves Falcons their first win of the night. Really turning it up now in the freestyle portion, and is going to coast to victory for the Groves Falcons. Allie O'Brien first place.
Layer grabs second, Cavalier grabs third.
Layer does, in fact, take second from Seaholm. And the all-important third place points to Cavalier from the Maples. So second and third place finish for Seaholm. It's worth 7 points, so that kind of null and voids Allie O'Brien's 6 points for taking first.
No doubt about that.
They don't keep, and updated, running total of points. So we'll, at some point near the end of the event, bring you a final score. But just keep on keeping on here. Event number 4 will be the 50-yard freestyle event. Hold on to your hats, folks. We have 5 heats. 5 heats. Maeve Baldwin, Sabrina Coe, Alexandra Wright, Carolina Frazier, Isabella Franco, Lorena Simmons, and Brooklyn Smith from lanes 1 up to lane 7. And a first place blink or you miss it race, Franco. Isabella Franco with the first place finish. Wright comes in second. Third goes to Simmons. Fourth goes to Smith. Heat number 2 of 5. Myra Cole, Charlotte Cocker, Peyton Coleman, Lisa Riva, Allison Rail, Sydney Cockroft, Nadia Racco, and Evelyn Jessup. That'll be Rail, Coleman, Racco, and Cole, the top 4 spots in heat number 2. Heat number 3, lanes 2 through 8 will be occupied. Gabrielle Suarez, Blakely Kuziak, Olivia Nelson, Sophia Benavides, Emmy Robertson, Alessandra Senti, and Maria McBride from lanes 2 through 8. So currently, Sophia Benavides running out in front. Benavides, nearly a full-length lead. She'll touch first. Senti comes in second. Nelson in third. Kuziak in fourth. Heat number 4 of 5. All 8 lanes will be occupied. Claire Peters in lane 1. Alina Valere in lane 2. Milo Allen in lane 3. Liliana Laredo in lane 4. Jillian Lustig in lane 5. Maya Cower in lane 6. Sylvia Duncan in 7. And Avery Seaholm in lane 8. Fastest swimmers usually are located in the center 2 lanes. So if you're new to the game of swimming, pay attention to lanes 4 and 5. But right now, Milo Allen trying to play the role of spoiler here. It's going to be a close one, and it will, in fact, be Milo Allen. Lustig in second. Laredo in lane 4 comes in third. Avery Selheimer comes in fourth. Points race now in the 50-yard freestyle. Olivia Camp, Bridget Bongiorno in lane 2. Delaney Miller in lane 3. Avery Anderson from Seaholm in 4. Mallory Gherkin in 5. Abby Stanley in 6. Lexi Borovich in lane 7. And it'll be Abby Noel in lane 8. Big turn up there in lane 6. We'll see if that gets Abby Stanley the finish she's looking for. It's going to be Anderson, Stanley, Gherkin. So Anderson in lane 4. Avery Anderson in lane 4 with the victory. Stanley comes in second, followed by Mallory Gherkin in third. Fourth place, Olivia Camp from Groves in lane number 1. So that will do it for our first 4 events, the swimming portion of tonight's starting lineup of our swim meet. Event 5 will be the diving portion of tonight's meet. While they switch over the lanes to diving, we'll take a quick break here on BACB Sports. But when we come back, the divers, there is 8 of them, 6 dives apiece. When we come back, the diving coming up next right here on BACB Sports.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to Groves High School, diving portion of tonight's swim meet. 8 total divers, 2 exhibition divers, including the very first diver of the night, Sophie Steenberg. 1.7 on the degree of difficulty, a back dive into the straight position.
We'll see here, 3.5, 2.5, 2 flat for 13.6.
Another exhibition drive here for Bridget Arnell. Same exact dive, back dive into the straight position, 1.7 on the degree of difficulty.
Looks like she got a little bit more distance off the board there and gets a 3.43.
So now the points race, or the points dives rather.
Well, it's
Got
a
my
race.
mind on racing, yeah.
It's a race to the end.
So this will be the same dive, back dive into the straight. Julia Trimble of Seaholm.
Looked like some good form there. We'll see if the judges agree. Yes, they do. 4, 4.5, 4.5. And the cool thing here about diving, they keep that tally for diving on the board at all times. So we can kind of give you an update as to what the scores are looking like. Another back dive into the straight here.
Aubrey Bogarts.
3.5, 4.0, 3.5.
So when you mention the straight position, it's a dive position which the body is straight without bending at the knees or hips, feet together, toes pointed, formerly called the layout position. Kate French.
Oh, nice. 4.5s across the board. Best scores of the evening thus far.
So Martiza Yarminian will go into the tuck position. And Nick, you might ask, what is the tuck position?
I was going to actually ask you that. What is it?
A dive position which the body is bent at the waist and knees, thighs drawn to the chest, the feet kept close to the buttocks. Feet and knees should be kept together and toes should be pointed.
All right. You learn something every day.
Allie Lentine. She is going into the pike
That was
position.
nice. Well executed. Oh, yeah. 6.5, 5.5, 6. Just cleaning up.
So the pike position, legs straight with the body bent at the waist. Like the straight position, arm placement is dictated by the particular dive or the choice of the diver. Izzy Morris.
That one was into the tuck. 4, 4.5, 4. And that
Round 1 in the books. Sophie Steinberg back up on the board. Forward dive into the tuck position, 1.2 on the degree of difficulty scale. So degree of difficulty, Nick, is a range from 1.2 to 4.1, indicating obviously the difficulty of executing a specific dive. Degree of difficulty is multiplied by the sum of the judges' scores to calculate the overall score.
And that
Pretty
was
simple.
1.2 on the difficulty, so that was one of the easier dives that you can possibly do here. So there's
Bridget
that for you.
Arnell, 1.5 on the degree of difficulty scale. Back one somersault into the tuck. Julia Trimble, 1.5 on the degree of difficult. Back one somersault tuck. Five, 4, 3.5. The Aubrey Bogart, 1.5 on the degree of difficulty, back one somersault tuck.
That's a lot in the name just to be a 1.5 on the degree of difficulty, but
5.0, 4.5, 5.0.
here we go, 1.7 on the degree of difficulty here.
Back one somersault into the straight position for the Seaholm diver. 5.5, 5, 5. Arteza Yarminian, back one somersault into the tuck. 1.5 on the degree of difficulty. Kind of opened up the body there. He's going to get dinged for that. 3, 3.5, 3. So here we go. This is our first look at a 2.3 degree of difficulty. Back one somersault, 1.5 twists into the free. Ooh, you could hear the slap of the pool. Not a clean entry, 4, 4, 3.
Could have been worse, though. Definitely could have had lower scores, so I guess she'll take that.
2.0 on the degree of difficulty, back 1.5 somersaults into the tuck. Izzy Morris comes up with scores of 4.5, 5.5, 5.5. Really good dive there from Miss Morris.
Yeah, 2.0 on the degree of difficulty.
Turn it over to the top of the diving. Forward one somersault into the tuck, 4, 4.5, 4. Bridget Arnell, exhibition dive, forward dive into the tuck. Good entry. 4.5, 4.5, 4. Julia Trimble of Seaholm. Inward dive into the tuck position. Inward dive. The dive stands on the end of the board with his or her back to the water and rotates towards the board. 5, 4.5, 5. Julia Trimble there.
Getting some good scores here early on.
Aubrey Bogarts, inward dive into the pike. Five, 4.5, 4.5. 2.3 on the degree of difficulty.
Let's see it.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Back one somersault, 1.5 twists into the free. Four and a half, 4, 4. Arteza Yarminian, 1.4 on the degree of difficulty. Inward dive into the tuck. Round 3 of 6. Five, 4, 4.5.
Our next diver from Seaholm, Allie 403C, inward 1.5 somersault tuck.
Valentine from Seaholm. 2.2 on the degree of difficulty, and inward 1.5 somersaults into the tuck. Don't think she quite got it around. 3, 4.5, 4. Izzy Morris back 1 somersault, 1.5 twists into the free, 2.3 again on the degree of difficulty. So 2.3, toughest dives we have seen here tonight.
Probably not how she wanted to enter the pool there.
Morris comes away with scores of
Drum roll, please.
3, 3, and 0.
Moving on to round 4, our next diver, Sophie Steinberg from Groves, doing dive 5121D 1.7, a forward 1 somersault half twist free.
Forward 1 somersault, half twist into the free. Four 3.0, 3.0, 3.0.
Groves, Bridget Bell, doing dive 103C 1.6, a forward 1.5 somersault tuck.
Bridget Arnell, 1.6 on the degree of difficulty, forward dive. 1.5 somersaults into the tuck position. Some fancy camera work there. Get you on top of the board, and then the quick cut to the entry into the water. Julia Trimble of Seaholm, forward 1 somersault into the tuck, 1.4 on the degree of difficulty. Three and a half, 3, 3. Aubrey Bogarts, 1.6 on the degree of difficulty. This will be an inward 1 somersault into the tuck.
Crowd likes it. We'll see if the judges agree. 5, 5.5, 4.5.
Kate French doing dive 401C 1.4, an inward dive tuck.
Kate French up next. Inward dive into the tuck. 1.4 on the degree of difficulty.
Not much water coming up. That's nice. 4.5. Yeah, go ahead. 4.5, 5.5, 5.5 there. Some good scores. Reverse dive into the tuck. 1.6 on the degree of difficulty here from the Armenian.
Martiza Armenian, 1.6 reverse dive into the tuck. 5, 4, 3.5. This is Allie Lentine, 1.7 on the degree of difficulty. Forward 1.5 somersaults into the pike.
Looks pretty good to me.
6.5, 6. Oh, big numbers there for Allie. I feel like we have to call this like golf. We kind of have to get quiet.
Yeah, yep. Gotta focus.
Judges are actually allowing a lot of chatter to take place. Usually it's a lot quieter.
Yeah,
I feel like.
they get up there, start screaming at the crowd, throwing stuff at them.
Izzy Morris, inward 1.5 somersaults into the tuck. 2.2 on the degree of difficulty.
3.5,
5,
yeah.
4. Round 5, Sophie Steinberg. Forward 1 somersault, 1 twist into the free. Just 1.9 on the degree of difficulty. As you mentioned before, you would think something as complicated As that sounds,
Yeah,
be
it's
a lot more of a difficult dive.
and there's more words. It seems like there's going to be a lot more action as far as difficulty goes. But what do I know? I'm just hanging out.
4, 4.5, 4. Next up, Bridget Arnell, reverse dive into the tuck. 1.6 on the degree of difficulty scale. Four and a half, 4, 4.
Our next diver from Seaholm, Julia Trimble, doing dive 5-1-1-1A, 1.8.
Julia Trimble of the Maples. Forward dive, half a twist, into the straight, 1.8. Four, 4, 4. Like one of your scorecards on the golf course, 4, 4, 4.
That's right. You know me. I'm just Stephen Keel out there going low.
Just a bunch of pars.
Yep, ho-hum.
Aubrey Bogarts quickly forward, 1 somersault into the pike.
1.5.
4.5, 4, 4. Kate French up next. 103C. That means forward 1.5 somersaults into the tuck. 1.6 on the degree of difficulty. These divers are wasting no time. That was pretty.
Yeah, look at that. No ripple really at all.
4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Tiza Yarminian. 302C has a 1.6 degree of difficulty. Reverse 1 somersault into the tuck. Has that left foot taped up. 4.5, 3.5, 4.
Forward 1 somersault, 1 twist into the free, 1.9 on the degree of difficulty.
Allie's put up some big numbers.
That one probably not going to do the same. Ah,
4, 4.5, 4.5. Anchor spot for our divers, Izzy Morris of Birmingham Groves, 2.2 on the degree of difficulty. 4, 2 somersaults into the tuck. Good camera angle there at the 2 somersaults. 3.5, 4.5, 5. Kind of a high scoring discrepancy amongst our 3 judges on that dive.
right. I think she kind of landed a little forward into the pool, so it wasn't as straight up as you would have hoped, or she would have hoped. We go to round 6.
Final round.
It's like Sunday at the Masters.
Gonna pull out all the stops. Sophie Steenberg, 1.5 in the degree of difficulty, back 1 somersault into the tuck. She takes her time. End of the board. She's gonna shake it off. Get some encouragement from the crowd. Have to imagine this is because it's a back dive, adding a little bit of fear perhaps into this dive. She bails out. She will surface at some point. There she is.
And the crowd cheers for her as she comes back. Scores were never posted, zeros across the board there.
Bridget Arnell, inward dive into the tuck. Yeah, miss me on these backward dives.
Well, look at you with the hip lingo. Miss me with that.
No way could I pull that off.
Miss me with that. So for those watching back at home, miss me, what does that mean? Like, don't come at me with that kind of thing. Don't
Right.
talk to me about it. Miss
Yeah,
me with it.
Miss me. I'm
Yeah.
not interested.
Look at you, Gen Z-ing it up.
Yeah, just bypass me. Julia Trimble wasting no time.
She said miss me with waiting around.
3.5, 4, 3.
She said YOLO. Do people still say that?
I don't know, but I do know what that means. You only live once, right?
That's right. That's right. Look at you.
Not that old. Just
I think
feel like it
YOLO
some
is
days.
old, though.
Forward, one somersault, half twist into the free for Aubrey Bogarts. 5, 4.5, 4. Kate French from Seaholm, 301C, the reverse dive into the tuck. 1.6 on the degree of difficulty.
Pretty good there.
Clean entry, yeah.
Yeah, legs kind of fell a little bit.
Give us the scores, Nick.
I'll do my best. 4.5s across the board. That was an easy one. 4.5, 4.5, 4.5.
Yes, sir. Martiza Yarminian, 103C, forward half, 1.5 somersaults into the tuck.
After that last dive, Kate French took over the lead for the diving portion.
3.5, 4, 3.
You'd imagine Allie Linton going to pass Kate French here for the lead. She is right there. Good entry.
Reverse one somersault into the tuck.
She's now the new leader.
5, 4.5, 6 for, total of 24.8.
162.9 for the evening for those
Allie out in front.
curious.
Let's see, Izzy's going to need
43.
43 points.
43.4.
44 points.
I don't think she's getting it.
2.3 on the degree of difficulty. Let's see.
Oh.
3.5, 3, 3, 21.85. So Allie Linton comes in first amongst the divers. And that will do it for event number 5, the diving. We'll take another quick break here on BACB Sports while the swimmers get back in the pool for their warm-ups. Event 6 coming up shortly. It will be the 100-yard butterfly. That's coming up next, right here on BACB Sports.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Event number 6, 100-yard butterfly. This will be a points race. No sort of exhibition race here in the 100-yard butterfly. Brad Fetter's now joined by Andy Aubrey. We promised him to you folks, and we deliver on our promises.
It just took a little extra time. That's all. What that took that extra few minutes. I'm trying to build the anticipation of my arrival. That's all. But I want to thank Nick Buckler for being the consummate professional he is.
You know, it feels like a big-time broadcast when they bring in the special guests to call a couple innings,
Yes.
or maybe, you know, like a quarter of a game.
Well, especially with my extensive background in the sport of swimming, I bring in it from the inside generally. I've been known to do some swimming myself at my local Y.
Allison Rail down in lane 1, Olivia Dresden in lane 2, Lexi Borovich in lane 3, Abby Stanley in lane 4, Allie O'Brien in 5, Layla Stevens in 6, in lane 7, Blakely Kuziak and Sloan Lakari in lane 8. 100-yard butterfly.
This is a tough one. It's the toughest of them all, I believe, right? In terms of physical exertion and the way those shoulders get rotated. A lot of lifelong swimmers who practice the butterfly end up with some shoulder impingements a little bit.
Abby Stanley. Stanley having that 4th place finish in the 200 free and the 7th place finish in the 100-yard free at Oakland Counties. O'Brien in 2nd. Stevens comes in 3rd. So Stanley win. Stanley could be possibly in the early runnings. Maybe our swimmer of the meets. Still early.
I was down at the pool level for the diving. It's always a little different perspective to be down on the deck. We usually are up here up near the ceiling when we do our thing, but I was kind of your roving reporter for the first half of this event, including the diving. The intensity is interesting. It's a lot of bouncing around by everybody, a lot of moving parts down there, parents and scorekeepers and swimmers and coaches. Yeah.
Sort of frantic.
A little frantic, oh yeah. Yeah, it's a very stressful room, that scorekeeping room.
100-yard freestyle, just 3 participants here in this first race. Jillian Erickson in lane 3, Emily Tronell in lane 4, Alessandra Senti in lane 5. So Tronell out to an early lead, a fairly sizable lead. Good race here for second place between Erickson and Senti. Tronell, a very sizable length and a half lead. Tronell from Seaholm is going to coast to a victory in a time of 103.88. Second place to Senti in a time of 109.39. And Erickson in a time of 109.59.
And Brad, you know, one of the things you do pick up being down there, and we say this at every meet, this doesn't happen without all the parental involvement. I don't think there's a sport we cover where you don't see just so many different parents, from just helping out with the timekeeping primarily to, scorekeeping and just getting the swimmers ready. I mean, it's like herding cats down there with all these, big team full of swimmers. It relies on a lot of hands to make light work here.
Delilah Cavada in lane 3, Krista O'Donnell in lane 4, Claire Peters in 5, Emily Henderson in 6, Libby Knopper in lane 7, and Catherine Davis in lane 8. Early lead for O'Donnell. You know what's next up, don't you?
What's that?
500 free.
The 500, that's a lot of talking. We're going to be just going on and on and on. Or just letting the pictures do the talking.
Yeah, it's a roughly, 5-minute race?
Yep.
O'Donnell touches first. Second place goes to Henderson. Third place to Davis. So O'Donnell, Krista O'Donnell from Seaholm. Now the points race in the 100 free. Milo Allen, Ella Gifford, Mallory Gherkin, Noelle Schneider, Delaney Miller, Madeline Howard, Jillian Lustig, and Harper Marsh. Noelle Schneider, someone to pay attention to, came in 11th in this event at Oakland Counties. Delaney Miller came in 15th at Oakland Counties in this event. We mentioned Seaholm a third place finish at Counties. Kind of slowly turn their attention to the OAA Red League meet. That'll take place November 6th through the 8th over at Bloomfield Hills. The Division II state finals this year will once again be conducted on November 22nd, in Holland at Hope University. Schneider comes in first. Schneider, Miller, Gifford. Schneider, Miller, Gherkin. Gifford came in third. So first place finish for Noelle Schneider and the Maples. Ella Gifford from Seaholm comes in third, sandwiched in between the two Seaholm swimmers, Delaney Miller of Birmingham Groves, with a second place finish. 500 free, we do have an exhibition race. Just 6 participants in the points race. You would have thought, they could have done, a little bit of, maybe double up the lanes.
Who knows why they do the things they do? And I don't just refer to the powers that be at swimming. I talk about everybody in the world. But, yeah, you're right, Brad. I think they could have figured that out.
Ava Pruden, Campbell Lyons, Avery Allen, and Lila Heatherly. Pruden in lane 3, Lyons in 4, Allen in 5, Heatherly in lane 6. Buckle up. We're going to be here a while.
Well, we can do some general interest stuff. Now, you went to Grand Valley, right, Brad?
That's right.
Okay, you mentioned Hope earlier.
Yep.
Was that a little a thing over there as far as hanging out at the Hopes and Olivettes and Calvins and Kalamazoo's?
No, we never made our way over to the little universities.
You stayed on your own side of the fence?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't mix up with those.
Yeah, you didn't associate with them.
No, not at all.
I'm trying to think of the name of the
Aquinas, maybe?
Well,
is that what you're thinking of?
No, the divisions, whatever they play, because they have football teams and everything too, right?
Was it the NAIA?
NAIA, okay, that makes sense.
Grand Valley plays out of the GLIAC, I do know that.
There you go.
Great Lakes.
Something conference.
Interscholastic Athletic Conference.
You guys, you're with Ferris and Saginaw Valley and all them, right?
Yeah.
Definitely put your share in the NFL. I know that.
Grand Valley has.
Well, all those schools, too.
Brandon Carr, Dan Sakuda, David Kirkus. Remember the name David Kirkus?
Circus Kirkus.
Grand Valley guy.
Yeah. Rob Rubik.
Yep.
He was a Newberry guy from the UP, I know.
Matthew Judon, probably the biggest name at the moment in the NFL from Grand Valley.
I remember David Kirkus scored a touchdown when he was playing for the Lions against the Cowboys in Dallas. And after he got in the end zone, he threw the ball against the end wall, knocked one of the stars off the wall.
I do remember that.
I think they're still looking for him for some damages.
I'm sure Jerry Jones can afford it.
He probably could.
Lions in first, Allen in second, Heatherly in third, Pruden currently in fourth. About halfway through. So different vibe down at pool level, huh?
Yeah, it really is. It's energetic, although up here tonight we seem to have a little more socializing than usual. You don't normally see this much kibitzing going on, and it seems like a social crowd. I don't know if that's the weather bringing everybody's energy level up somehow. I'm not sure, but yeah, down there it's intense. It's slippery, I'll tell you that. You want to make sure you're walking steady. I got good shoes on.
You don't have a pair of good deck shoes on?
No, not deck shoes.
No Sperry's for you?
Nah. No, thanks.
Yeah, Nick and I even commented that they allowed a little bit more noise than normal during the diving portion. They usually ask the crowd to really quiet down, and that really wasn't the case during diving.
No, and I didn't feel like the crowd was cheering as loud after each dive. You know how they wait to come up to the surface, and I felt like it was kind of lukewarm in that department. So ironically, when you talk about there being a little more chatter in general, maybe people were.
Did you at any point consider diving in yourself?
Of course I did. I didn't think I'd be asked back to do any more of these broadcasts, though, because
maybe one of those back dives where you're facing the board.
Yeah, and fully clothed, right?
Oh well, of course,
naturally.
Yes.
with my car keys and my cell phone, my wallet, all that on me. Sure. Why not?
And when you go in, just kind of hold your watch above water, right?
Yeah, right. My $25 gas station Rolex knockoff of.
It's a Folex?
It's actually a Seiko. If you look at it closely, it's a Psycho. It's not a very good one. But no, we don't mean to diminish this sport, folks. I apologize for this what we call witty banter that's some might consider to be a little disrespectful. We do not disrespect these swimmers or the divers. And Brad and I know for a fact that having been to the practices, it's probably one of the more grueling practices you'll see in high school athletics. I mean, they go like crazy.
And Carl Hodgson, the head man here at Birmingham Seaholm, old friend of the show, so to speak. We've spoken to Carl numerous times over the years for our Beyond the Box Score program that used to air here on BACB Sports.
Yeah, Carl's one of the best. He's just a super guy.
State title after state title, a second place finish a season ago at the state meet. Gonna have his girls geared up once again. That Mercy team's tough, though. Constantly take care of business, as does Miss Lyons. Campbell Lyons from Seaholm with the first place finish. Avery Allen comes in second. And it looks like third place is going to belong to Lila Heatherly. Touches. And Ava Pruden putting the finishing touches on her race. So congratulations to Campbell Lyons. Time of 6:04.35. So you want to be a swimmer, you want to race the 500 free. Well, you're going to spend the next 6 minutes in the pool.
Yeah. And as these ladies have told us, they look forward to the meets because it's a lot less strenuous than practice. I mean, they just do their event, and that's it. Maybe some of them have a couple, but you're not swimming for 2 hours straight like they are on a given practice day, which is pretty much every day.
Here's a look at Carl Hodgson's bench at the moment. There's Carl.
The man. Looks like he just got home from Hawaii with his pink outlay, and obviously that's the theme here tonight. Breast cancer awareness and support. Certainly a cause that's near and dear to my heart.
Let's meet the participants tonight in our points race here in the 500 free. Catherine Battenberg will be in lane 2. Bella Ruggarello in lane 3. Skylar Jansen in 4. Ashley Gleim in lane 5. Samantha Memmer in lane 6. Maggie Lochurchio in lane 7.
And Brad, you talked about states and so forth, and you know, we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up, talking about Grand Rapids earlier, the schools over there are the thorn in the side of many of our east side schools, be it Forest Hills, Rockford, many of the others that have rich athletic traditions, including in swimming.
Yep, East Grand Rapids of the world. Grand Rapids Catholic Central, West Catholic over there.
Now, speaking about being down on the deck, our cameraman Bradley was sort of lamenting that he's our guy down there on the tripod at pool level, that it's tough to get a clean shot because there's a lot of people with all that walking back and forth, to not have somebody constantly walking back and forth in front of the camera. So he's been kind of wrestling with that, and during the diving portion of this event tonight, he actually broke the camera off the tripod and did the handheld thing. So He had a little more control over getting a clean shot that way, but
Did he avoid getting splashed?
I
That's
think
the main
so.
thing.
Yeah, I think he did. He was back ways enough where it didn't look like it was water dousing the camera. Although I always think of that when we're watching an outdoor sporting event like a football game and it's pouring rain. And I don't know about you, but as far as I know, electricity and water are not really great matches, not to mention the expense of these cameras, too.
Jansen right now split a 32.74. Gleim split a 32.85. It's about a tenth of a second faster on that last split. It's giving the Jansen a sizable lead over Gleim. Memmer in third. About a second and a half behind on her split. You just add up all those splits, you get a total time. And right now, it's Jansen in lane 4. Skylar Jansen, Birmingham Seaholm. Fairly large lead right now. Nearly a 3-second lead, Andy.
Well, we do see that in the 500. There's always that one or two swimmers that are just leaving everybody in the dust. And
or in their wake.
Or in their wake. There's not much dust down there.
No dust, just
No.
a wake. A little bit of a wake. Just over the halfway point of this race. So glad you decided to tune us in tonight here on BACB Sports from wherever you may be watching this program. If you've missed any portion of tonight's meet, like to catch up on something you missed, check us out on all of the websites, BloomfieldTWP.org, Birmingham Area Cable Board website. Also currently on YouTube, all of our programming available to you there. Best thing to do, in my opinion, is hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, and then you get notifications of when all of our programming is available to you. It typically pops up right on your home screen on the YouTube page. It's pretty nice. So if you maybe want to tune into that big Seaholm Groves football game that's coming up in a couple of weeks, best place to do that is the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's going to be a doozy. I sort of feel a Channel 7 game of the week coming on there, maybe.
Yeah, Birmingham Groves, one of the top
10?
10?
6?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd say top 10 teams in the state. Playing out of Division II, so it's kind of hard to gauge. But, yeah, they're one of the top 2 or 3 teams in their division.
Well, if I know Coach Flaherty, he wouldn't shy away from playing anybody with the team he's got this year. And Coach DeWalt for Seaholm as well. I mean, they've been darn near flawless this year. He's already called one of their games, and I came away impressed.
So it's Skylar Jansen in first, Ashley Gleim in second. And it looks like Samantha Memmer came in third. So that's kind of been the story of the night. Seaholm racking up first place finishes, also picking up third place finishes, and Groves seemingly coming in second for most of these events. A reminder, when you're talking about points, the relays are obviously worth more, but a first place finish worth 6, a second place finish worth 4, third place finish 3, fourth second, or 2 points rather, and a fifth place nets you 1. So for that event there, first place finish in an individual event, 6 points. 6 points towards the team total. Skylar Jansen coming in first. Event number 9. Coasting to the finish here, Andy. 200-yard freestyle relay, an all Seaholm event. 4 Seaholm teams involved in this first heat. Alyssa Kriva, Layla Heatherly, and Naomi Godwin, Karina Simons, the first swimmers in the pool right now. They'll turn it over to Olivia Batanzos, Campbell Lyons, Amanda Arcio, and Charlotte Cocker. Third leg of this relay will be Sydney Cockcroft, Olivia Dresden, Gabrielle Suarez, and Evelyn Jessup. They're up on the starting blocks now, getting ready to hit the pool. Third leg of the relay in the pool now. Our anchors, Sabrina Coe in lane 3, Nia Moore in lane 4, Julia Trimble in lane 5, and Maeve Baldwin of Seaholm in lane 6. Gotta see if there's maybe a pink cowboy hat left laying around somewhere and get that on you, Andy.
Well, I don't know if it's actually my color, but I'm surely down with the cause, that's for sure. I'm absolutely a supporter of the color pink for this purpose. I got pink chaps, just no pink cowboy hat. No, that's not true at all. Nope, pink is obviously the color of awareness for the breast cancer resistance, I guess we'll call it. Support.
I think we had a timing error. Lane 4 clearly touched first. It looks like maybe
no
somebody
timing.
didn't. Yeah. Maybe the timing board wasn't activated. Something went wrong. Lane 4 clearly the victors there. We'll give them their due. That was Layla Heatherly, Campbell Lyons, Olivia Dresden, and Anaya Moore. We'll take another look at the finish. And just somehow wasn't able to activate the timing board. So I can't give you a, well, now they, nope, still not. Well, sorry.
I think the next time we call a swim meet where they don't have a problem with the time mat at the touch board there, it will be the first time. It seems like every single time we have at least one or two of those glitches.
The points race now on the 200-yard freestyle relay. Cole, Stevens, Camp, Schneider, Miller, Howard, Kuziak, and Clifford. Turning it over to Wright, Noel, Covada, Stanley, Gherkin, Marsh, Erickson, and Cower.
They're working. They are definitely going at it full speed.
Third swimmers up on the starting blocks. It's Smith, Schilheimer, Allen, Bongiorno, Borovich, Memmer, Senti, and Laredo. Anchors, Knopper, Battenberg, Lustig, Jansen, O'Brien, Lakari, Racco, and Allen. Event number 9, 200-yard freestyle relay. Who's going to come out victors here? Schneider, Stanley, Bongiorno, and Jansen going to come in and touch first. Groves comes in second. The team of Miller, Gherkin, Borovich, and O'Brien. And down in lane 6, the Seaholm squad of Howard, Marsh, Memmer, and Lakari come in third. speeding right along the 100-yard backstroke. Those warm-up lanes are even starting to pile up.
Well, I was noticing that. They want to stay warm. They want to stay loose.
Mentioned Carol Hodgson, the main man over at Seaholm. Brendan French, the man in charge at Birmingham Groves. Seaholm relay squads in the 200-yard medley came in third at Oakland Counties. And the 400-yard freestyle that came in fourth. And picked up a 19th place finish in the 200 free at Oakland Counties. It was a 7th, 9th, and 13th finish for Groves. So the backstroke, Brooklyn Smith in lane 1, Samantha Culver in lane 2, Isabella Franco in lane 3, Catherine Davis in lane 3, Peyton Coleman in lane 5, Krista O'Donnell in lane 6, Myra Cole in lane 7, and Emmy Robertson in lane 8. So they will alternate lanes, Groves and Seaholm, here in this 100 back. This is an exhibition race. Catherine Davis, the early advantage. Culver actually out-touched her there. Well, pretty close between the two. 0.4 of a second faster. The difference between first and second right now. So here they come. Two-woman race between Davis and O'Donnell. Lane 2, Culver. Culver's going to take it. Turned into a three-woman race with Culver over Davis and O'Donnell.
That was competitive. Those
Culver in a time of 1:12.06. 1:12.06. Don't have any of these Seaholm seed times, so I can't tell you whether or not it's good enough, but Culver comes out on top. And now the points race. Kopsch, Lair, Jimenez Pillay, Anderson, Shelton, Isaacson, Benavides, and Tronell, your participants. Marilyn Kopsch of Groves in lane 1. The two teams will alternate lanes all the way to the top, with Emily Tronell in lane 8 from Seaholm. Avery Anderson makes the big turn. Huge advantage right now for Avery Anderson over Lair and Isaacson.
Yeah, and when Anderson took off from the wall, she must have made it halfway across the pool before she even took a stroke.
Yeah, let's see this turn here.
Yeah, I mean, just masterful, absolutely masterful.
All the way to those yellow marks.
Yep.
On the lane dividers. That's where you want to be.
That's the object. Yep.
That gives you such a big advantage over your competition when you can stay under the water for that long. And Anderson gets a huge round of applause. 57.83. Whoa. Isaacson in second. So Avery Anderson making quite a name for herself tonight. She's a member of that relay team that came in first. Also had a win in the 50-yard freestyle, so that's 2 wins tonight for Avery Anderson. So the 100-yard breaststroke exhibition race. Darwin Stutz, Maria McBride, Delatorre Woolley in lane 5, and Karina Simmons in lane 6. I think that PA announcer might be coming for our job. He's got quite the voice.
He does. Yeah, he's got that deep baritone. He does. I think he was in the Temptations for a while.
Oh, was he?
One of the 75 members of the Temptations over the years. Coming to a cruise ship near you.
There you go.
Speaking of water.
Delatorre Woolley just in front of McBride. Stutz in third. Simons in fourth.
Getting that encouragement when they get to the wall. Go! I remember interviewing a couple swimmers over the years asking, can you hear your coach yelling out encouragement or any of your other teammates? No, not at all. I'm so in my own head, and you're underwater, and it's I would think you couldn't hear it. I mean,
Delatorre Woolley in first, McBride in second. Yeah, my cousin has a son that wrestles, and it's the same thing. I've asked him in the past, too. Do you hear anything out on the mat? Do you hear instructions when your coach is going absolutely berserk on the mat, telling you, move your leg, do this, grab him here, wrap him here? No, he doesn't hear any of that.
Nothing. Absolutely not.
He's so focused in and zoned in. It's like, nope. Blinders on, earmuffs on.
Yeah. No, you can see that.
Points race now in the 100-yard breaststroke. Just 7 participants. In lane 2, Emily Henderson. Sylvia Duncan in lane 3. Valentina Cavalier in lane 4. Olivia Kemp in lane 5. Ella Gifford in lane 6. Nadia Rocco in lane 7. And Holly Fuller in 8. Olivia Camp has a seed time of 1:10 flat. Had a split there of 32-35 for Cavalier. Camp in second, Gifford in third.
Now that I can imagine you hearing when everybody just goes, go, go, go. Okay. But shouting out specific instructions, no, not a chance.
Listen to the crowd. We'll let them bring the swimmers in here. Who's going to touch first? Long stretch, and it's Camp. I think that long stretch got her in ahead of Cavalier.
By a split second.
Comes in third, Henderson in fourth. Congratulations to Olivia Camp. Long stretch there at the end, I think, won it for her. Got to be a strange feeling knowing you're that close to not only the end of the race, but you got to be able to see the competition out of the corner of your eye. And you're just reaching out, hoping you touch.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are you paying attention to the swimmer in the lane next to you, or you're just laser focused on hitting that wall as fast as you can? I've never been a competitive swimmer. I guess that's a question I could ask one of these days.
.400-yard freestyle relay. Second to last race of the night. Liliana Laredo, Samantha Culver, Libby Knopper, Olivia Dresden, and Ava Pruden to start out. Each swimmer will swim 100. They'll turn it over to Amanda Arcio, Abby Noel, Brooklyn Smith, Anna Clifford, and Olivia Nelson. Those ladies are starting to get ready, starting to get up on the starting blocks. Slight advantage right now to Seaholm and Samantha Culver. There's a good look at that race. Lanes 3 and 4, both Seaholm teams. Abby Noel hits the pool first. Brooklyn Smith right behind her. Making the turn. And they will turn it over to Lila Heatherly, Campbell Lyons, Isabella Franco, Maya Cower, and Gabrielle Suarez. That's the third leg of this relay. 400 freestyle relay. 400 free. Seaholm finished in 4th at Oakland Counties. Groves came in 13th. The anchors. Anaya Moore, Alina Valaire, Peyton Coleman, Emily Tronell, and Emmy Robertson. Final event of the night, final exhibition race before the points race. Hard to believe the fall regular season is nearly over.
Yeah, we got football and what else? Anything? We've done a couple soccer games. We've already done
the volleyball.
Done our volleyball, done swimming.
Some of the anchors hitting the pool now.
But this made me feel good. When I was wandering around earlier, the baseball team was practicing.
Really?
And the softball team. They were taking batting practice.
Nice.
There's no off season, right? Or maybe they're inspired by this Tiger team and they want to get some extra work in. But yeah, the start of baseball season is not for a few months yet by my calendar.
Yeah, that seems like ages away at this point, right?
Be here before you know it, buddy.
No, we have to get through that Michigan winter first.
Oh, that's right. Shoot, you're right. Well, it was pretty mild last year. I could stand for another one of those.
You and me both. Knock on this wood in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Samantha Culver, Abby Noel, Campbell Lyons, and Alina Valaire look like they're going to take care of business here. They will, in fact, touch first. Groves team in lane 5, Libby Noper, Brooklyn Smith, Isabella Franco, and Peyton Coleman come in second. I think that was another timing issue. No, we're good. So Seaholm, I'm sorry, the team in lane 6 came in second. Olivia Dresden, Anna Clifford, Maya Cower, and Emily Tronell. Stand corrected. Here we go. Final event of the night, the points race in the 400-yard freestyle relay. All 8 lanes will be occupied. Let's meet the starters. Down in lane 1, Bella Ruggarello. Lane 2, Layla Stevens. Lane 3, Jillian Lustig. Noelle Schneider will start in lane 4. Ashley Gleim in lane 5. Lane 6 will be Samantha Memmer. Allison Rail in lane 7. And Catherine Battenberg will be in lane 8.
Battenberg's been in her share of events here tonight. I know we've seen her name a few times.
Yeah, a lot of these young ladies have had busy nights, multiple events. I would love to know the strategy in terms of the warm-up lanes or the cool-down lanes maybe, and how much you want to use them in between events. If you know you're going multiple events in a night, it'd be kind of an interesting thought process.
It can only be that they don't want to let themselves cool down or get cold, I guess. You got to keep those muscles warm. But there's still swimmers out there, and we're done. I mean, this is our last event, so maybe they just like to swim. Every stroke matters towards overall conditioning.
They're getting their laps in for the week.
Maybe. You know, they say, Brad, swimming is some of the best exercise you can get.
It's true. So the second leg of this race, Maggie Lachurko, Harper Marsh, Milo Allen, Skylar Jansen, Mallory Gherkin, Madeline Howard, Alexandra Wright, and Avery Schellheimer. Three-man booth tonight. Brad Fetters with Nick Buckler and Andy Aubrey.
We got the relief team. We got the bullpen. We got it all going on here.
Yeah, like pitching by committee.
It's
right?
like pitching chaos. This is broadcasting chaos.
Yeah, this is a bullpen day for our broadcast team.
I guess you could almost say that's every broadcast sometimes.
For some reason, I didn't get any relief today, but that's okay.
Brad, when you're the best, you know what? You gotta pay the price sometimes.
These vocal cords are just a little strained. That's all.
We'll see if we can get you a little something extra in your check.
Third member of each of these relay teams: Jillian Erickson in lane 1, Krista O'Donnell, Ireland Kopsch, Sophia Layer, Maya Shelton, Leah Isaacson, Claire Peters, and Sloan Lakari. Now that is a cool angle. I love that deck side camera. Bradley working the camera tonight down there.
Mike Kottmeyer turning the dials in the truck. Did we give Mike a shout out?
Directing tonight. Entire hard-working BACB sports crew. Lily in live truck as well. Jalen working a camera.
Damon.
Jalen and Damon working cameras.
Ken Bean, the legend.
And the anchors, should mention, Sylvia Duncan, Bridget Majorno, Marta Jimenez Pillay, Avery Anderson, Delaney Miller, Ella Gifford, Sophia Benavides, and Emily Henderson. And it's going to be the team of Seaholm coming in the top spot. So once again, Seaholm comes in first and third. The team of Noelle Schneider, Skylar Jansen, Sophia Lair, and Avery Anderson. A couple teams still finishing up this race, but really a fantastic effort all night long by both of our teams. Have to imagine Seaholm is going to come out victors here. Too much tonight.
Too much Seaholm.
The swimming women.
Yeah,
of Seaholm.
The tradition continues.
Participant comes to the wall. That will do it. We'll take a quick break here on BACB Sports. Allow them to tally up the total score. We'll present you with a winner here tonight. That's coming up next. Our post-match coverage on BACB Sports.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Welcome back one final time to Birmingham Groves High School for your post-meet coverage. And we do have a winner for you here tonight. The Seaholm Maples come out on top by the final score of 125-61. Avery Anderson is our swimmer of the meet. She was a part of 2 winning relay teams as well as winning 2 individual events here tonight. Unfortunately, we cannot bring you her post-meet interview with Andy Aubrey because of technical difficulties, so we apologize for that. We'd like to wish both teams good luck the rest of the way. Once again, your final score here tonight, the Seaholm Maples take the meet by the final score of 125-61. For my broadcast partners, Nick Buckler and Andy Aubrey, I'm Brad Fetters. For the rest of our crew here at BACB Sports, good night and thanks for watching.